Hey guys, it is Arika Misha. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. And today's video, let me go to the title. God, this is not what you promised me. Let me read my notes. I was talking to God, and I was just being honest with him. There is no other way to be with God but honest. I was telling God, I said, God, I did what you told me to do, and ever since I did what you told me to do, my life has been a mess. I said, God, this is not what you promised me. I was just speaking from my heart. God, you told me that if I obeyed you, if I did what you said, you would provide for me and my family. Things have been rough. I have been, you guys know, I've shared, a bit on my platform here. Been dealing with some things, going through some things for a while now, and that's how it is. Sometimes we have long seasons, sometimes we have short seasons of going through. It has been a long season for me. Did I say that? It has been a very long season for me. But you know what? I said, God, I answered the call. I did what you told me to do, God, and I said, God, I know what you promised me. I said, God, this is not what you promised me. This is not what you promised. This don't look like what you said. You said, if I obey you, you said, if I did this, if I did that, I said, God, this don't look like what you promised me. God, this ain't what you promised me. That's what I said. I did. I said, God, this is not what you promised me. This ain't it. This ain't it. This is not what you promised me, God. I said, no, sir. No, sir, God. I said, it has been a mess. It has been one thing after another. And it has been like this for over a year. I said, God, what is going on? And you know what God said to me? He said, I know what I promised you. I know what I promised you. I know what I told you. Yes, you've done what I told you. Yes, you've been obedient. Yes, you have submitted yourself to my authority. He said, yes. He said, I know all that. You ain't telling me nothing I don't know. He said, okay. I know. He said, I know what I promised you. You don't have to remind me. God said, but I did not promise you that there wouldn't be trials and tribulations. I did not promise you that your life would be perfect. I did not promise you that everything would be great and your life would just, since you submitted to what I told you to do. He said, I didn't promise you that. I didn't promise you everything would be perfect and you wouldn't have any trial or tribulation, that you wouldn't go through anything. He said, I didn't promise you that. I said, well, God, you right. You ain't promised me that. You right. You is absolutely right. I said, I said, well, God sure told me. He said, I ain't promised you that. He said, I know. He said, I promised you that I would be there for you always. He said, am I not? I said, yeah. He said, I promised you that I would be there to shelter and provide for you. Have I not? Yes, you have, God. He said, I know what I promised you. Everything I promised you, I've been doing. He said, I may not have been doing it in the way that you wanted it done, but I've been doing just what I promised you and more. I said, God, you're right. And isn't that how it is? When God tells us something and we feel that it ain't what you promised me, it ain't what you said, because it ain't how we think it should be, how we think God should do it. How long is it going to take for us to realize that our ways is not God's ways? It is not our time, it's not God's time. God, do y'all know God got a whole nother clock than us? God got a whole nother clock. God got a godly clock. And he the only one that got that clock, godly clock. Because I be saying to God, I know your time ain't my time, but God, can I just get a little peek at your clock? Because so I can see what time you got. So I can make it match my time. I'm trying to tell you, God got his own clock. He got a godly clock that only God can see. It's a godly clock because his time ain't our time. And God was saying, everything that I've promised you, I've been doing. Some things to come later, to be continued. He said, but everything I've been doing just what I said I'm going to do. He said, I haven't been doing it in the way that you want me to do it. Isn't that something? Think about it. Think about it. He may not be doing it the way you want him to do it, but God is doing it. He is doing it. And I sat back and I said, God, forgive me. You are absolutely right. And you know, a lot of times when we're going through things and we're frustrated and things ain't moving how we want them to move and moving as fast as we want them to move, and you know, y'all know how that go. We be like, well, God, this ain't what you promised me. God said, if you look at it the right way, you will see it's just what I promised you and more. And I did. I had to sit back and evaluate the situation. I said, God, you right, God. Forgive me, God. You are absolutely right. Because he has been providing in spite of. He has been providing. And I thank God for that. God has put people in my life and in place in my life to help. God has sent help. And I thank God. I thank God for my trials and tribulations, because this too shall pass. This too shall pass. It's good to know that God is there with me and he'll never leave me. He said, I promised you that. I'm still here, ain't I? God is amazing. I thank God for setting me straight. I do. I thank God. I thank God for being in my life. And, you know, I'm here to tell you, it may not be, you know, what you think God, it may not look like what God told you. It may not look like what God promised you. But if you sit back and really look at it through your spiritual eyes and not the natural, because we walk by faith and not by sight. Yeah, that one, that scripture. Yeah, that's what God wanted me to come and talk about today. My spiritual journey. I'm just sharing it with you guys. This is Arika Misha. Don't forget to go in the description, guys. Description box, guys. Click on that box. Click on that link, and the link is the description. In the description box is the link to my second channel. Over there, I do hair, makeup, nails, DIYs. Yes, I do have hair under here. I just, you know, like doing my little African wraps, you know, with my makeup looks. I like how it looks. Hair, makeup, nails, DIYs. Family vlogs, grocery hauls, did I say DIYs, reviews? I do so much over there, y'all. I can't even keep up with it all, but it's just my life, and I just share it, you know, that it may help someone. You know, everything on the internet ain't bad. All right, guys, this is Arika Misha. God bless. Thanks for watching.